Hello there, YouTube. This is Sibbles and Bits back at it again with another Inkbound Daily. Today's the solo daily for November 12th, and sorry, today's this today's the solo daily for November 11th. We're doing it November 12th because after work yesterday, it just wasn't gonna happen. So you're gonna get this one like pretty close to the flip over. So apologies to anybody who likes watching through the run in order to like draft out their seat or something like that. It's going to be a little tight on the schedule for that. You've probably already taken care of it already. Otherwise, yeah, I don't know what else to say. We will be playing Magma Miner, going from Benchwood into Iridium Market, and then up against Argoloth. We have legendary stores, so we have the ability to make a ton of money if we end up getting something like Demolish, because that 50% Quillings does add up, and just our normal pathing in general. Unfortunately, we also have 3 Millstones, so we'll only be able to carry 4 items total. We also have Paper Tigers in effect, so that helps us like secure a lot of kills. Hopefully we don't have a terrible run like we did last time with Magma Miner, and ended up taking like a ton of extra turns. So we'll have to see how this one goes. I think this one really depends on the trinket. You got Blaze of Brigade, okay. Starts us with 1 in the Molten set, which is kind of nice, because that gets us close to Molten 3, which starts getting us into another attack binding multiplier, which will increase our damage even further. After that, if we get Incendiary Incinerate, I think that's exactly what we did last time with Magma Miner, and it didn't really work out. I'm just kind of hoping that it works a little bit better this time. Alright. Not sure I'm liking any of this here. Let's take a look at what our uncommon augments are. We got the -1 cooldown on Leap, which is kind of a big deal. Otherwise, Efficient Bonk doesn't really move the needle much for me. Let's go ahead and re-roll this guy. We're going to make lots of money anyways. Let's actually maybe try to go for the Ambusher set this time. The problem is that there's not a lot of legendaries with Ambusher. So getting Ambusher doesn't really do much for us, especially when we have this little a space. So maybe instead we go for a Baler's Tongue, Boss Spyglass into Precision sets. I don't know. I don't friggin' know. That is additive with Paper Tigers. Still helps us beat bosses relatively well. Maybe it's honestly training weights. Decayed Binding is going to help us for quite a bit, though. I think we do pick that up. It's a little rude, don't you think? I don't know how we're going to get this one. Yeah, this one's going to be a bit rough. Okay. You're actually going to take 45 due to Paper Tigers. I don't think that we could possibly do that much damage. Even if we leap here, we leap you, we gotta use a will on you anyways. We don't have the range to really do anything else. Smash does kill. So I guess we got that going for us. Then I guess we just do something like, come on, there's gotta be a magic pixel there. There we go. And we missed the kills. I guess we kind of knew that was going to happen anyways, though. We took the best thing for us. Maybe the best thing was to actually go for a set that was going to build us into something. That would have been the Moss Spyglass. Really not feeling any of this here. This might be a reroll. Like, we could technically use Cultivate. We can turn Bonk into a flame generation machine. Cultivate would allow us to bonk things a lot. That would also raise our heat, which would then maybe go into a smash for good payout. Not really feeling that. There's Incendiary. Let's see, we're going Radiant Market and Lusk. T-Bolt into Smash is a good way to solve for the little Lusks, but only when they're up. And then the next turn we don't really have much of anything. I think this might honestly still be Incendiary, and we'll try and do this for real this time. Maybe. Kind of liking the training weights. We were offered one before. Over here we don't really got much of anything. We were offered 2 scattered samples. That'd give us a 15% chance to gain another potion, tons of will, tons of movement. I think this one's a reroll. Shattered Crown, that's something. Ink Needle Compass is precision. I think Shattered Crown's okay, even if it's additive with Paper Tigers. Then let's at least get Striker 2 to get a little bit more damage into our kit. I feel like we need more green Augs, but I'm not necessarily convinced on that. Let's go to the Sea Breach. Oh boy. Increase incoming damage by 25% for 3 combats. So I don't know if that's multiplicative with Paper Tigers, but the fact that we're going to be going into Lusk with that is very spooky. Otherwise, like, I don't even know how much Quillings this gives. Is that worth it? -1 will reserve for 3 combats isn't much better, like, at all. But a random Ascension could really, like, push us in a direction here. I'm willing to gamble with that. We got Comet, which is Burn. Okay. I understand we're trying to burn things. Prickly Puffer, Vengeful. Let's instead go up here. Let's use Incendiary on you guys. Power Orb. Comet everything. You guys should burn to death. You need a little bit of help. Or can we just, yeah. Okay. That was pretty decent, but it also had Decayed Binding in effect. This is also no longer physical. It's now magic, so it's not going to benefit from all the business that we do. But it is still a very good applicator of our shatter. So we appreciate that. You do get bonked. Okay. Take this orb, bonk you. Want everything to try to gather around me so that I can leap on it. Then might as well just bop you with that. On hitting enemies for the first time, inflict 3 stacks of burn. That's pretty good. We're probably going to have to liquidate that, though. That's kind of the sad thing. So then that means that whenever we leap on stuff, they're going to have burn on them. Just because of how Comet works. Which is going to give us a 30% bonus attack binding. Plus, we have, what is it? The Shatter, which is additive with this. So that'd be a total of, what is that now? 80? 80%, 1.8 times 1.3. Pretty good. Pilfer, we have -1 will. I really don't think that we ever have space for Pilfer. Do we take Shield Wall again? Argoloth Shield Wall is pretty good. We are going into Striker set, which does increase shield damage. It's really a question of, is After Image really worth it for us? And versus Argoloth, very well possible, because the tentacles start by doing like 1 damage, so just 1 After Image completely blocks your first turn, and if there's anything still alive, then they have 2 damage, so then you just need a little bit of shielding, and another blur will do it. But problem is, how do we set that up to where we can use After Image multiple times in a turn? It's not easy. It worked for us last time, but we were also using it to throw Jinx around like absolutely all the time. Here we have Incendiary. I honestly think this might be a shield wall. We can liquidate. We will liquidate. It's probably going to be these Barnacle Gauntlets. Again, it'd be nice to have them. That's a great effect to keep. But, not today, apparently. Because now we got Molten 3. Give me some more augments. I'm not against having augments with this setup here. I believe it's the blue, though, that is like +8 spiked on Shield Wall. Why do you gotta be annoying? Boy. Well, that completely negates our whole damage multiplier possibility. Pick this up, and then I guess just leap again. We could also shield here. Currently, I kind of want to keep the Vengeful Infusion for Lusk. Not sure if that's correct. We're probably going to have to end up using it here, because we're going to waste our okay, hold up. Let's use this. Then hit this. Yeah, we're going to end up using this here. Oh, that would kill, but no. And we're going to miss it by our cooldown on shield wall. That's kind of disastrous. And we used all of our potions. We don't have them for the fight. Oh boy. At least we got it on time, air quotes, question mark. I think that it was actually worse for us to take the that's not true. We lost a total of like 15% possible. Tarnished Treasure is interesting, adds some more burn damage to us. Not sure that we care about Venomous, but maybe we start working in Venomous into this. Outlawed Works is also a possibility. Ink Needle just getting to precision, maybe. We can grind. Quickened Incendiary is kind of good. I think this might be a reroll. Amulet of Floral? Spear of the Gods. Kinda good. Sea Trickle can also offset our curse for this upcoming fight, which would be quite helpful. And then later we grind it? I don't know. I guess there's Ancient Wisdom sets. We could make this work. I kind of like the Spear of Gods, but we're going to try this Sea Trickle. We're going to open this Vestigal Shrine. There's Primescentium. Which is another Ancient Wisdom. Gives us Bastion. Helps mitigate some damage. Seems decent for us. Liquidate Sea Trickle, we get 2 Ancient Wisdom. Grab this, we get another 1 Will, which will offset our current curse. And then after this fight, we get another Will. And then we'll buy that. What else do we got here? Inflict additional stacks of burn. Not really feeling that. Can we afford to reroll here? I think we've already rerolled, right? We've beaten the treasure pot. We still have the book 2 treasure pot for another 2 glyphs. Kind of stuck with what we got here, unless we want to take a glyph node, which I kind of don't. I think it's oversized bonk then. So this is better single target. This is 20 damage per stack right now. Yeah, let's go ahead and take that. If we can get the bonus damage taken to burning enemies, that kind of like seal the deal for us. Because then we just deal double damage to things that are burning. Pretty good right there. Go ahead, walk out of that. Okay, it doesn't look like we're actually going to be able to jump our way out of that one. You're dealing 8 damage. That's significantly more than I can shield for. Guess we're going to have to just walk down and bop you. Nothing else around that. Give me this power orb. I guess we should have done that after using this. You're now taking significantly more damage. Let's burn ya. spot you one. This is a turn 3. It's not really looking that great. Basically just hoping that we can find a way around this next phase right here, where there's 4 of these guys. We at least got a couple more leaps under our belt. I would actually like to do that. Grab this power orb leap again. Then I think we grab this power orb. I don't think smash is good for us. That at least full blocks. Not quite. If we would have actually purposefully taken damage, because there is no perfect on bosses, I don't know why I keep getting fixated on that, we could have killed Lusk in turn. Or possibly if we would have adjusted accordingly on the first, like, huge wave. So we definitely screwed that one up. Epic Augment. You deal plus 25% damage to enemies inflicted with burn. Okay. Fortified Wall is interesting. I don't know if it's actually good for our current build, but it definitely does give us enough shielding to pretty much handle what we're going to face in Argoloth. But I think just getting another damage multiplier is probably what we need to do. All of these increase the cooldown of Incendiary, which means that I really don't like them. Can't afford to reroll though, so... I thought Wildfire got nerfed by half. Because it says if enemy dies by the end of your turn, it stacks a burn spread to all other remaining enemies. But I'm pretty sure they reduced this to half? Am I crazy? We're rolling with it. We're going to get rid of Decayed Binding, get rid of Training Weights. Everything else is doing a job. Like, technically, Decayed Binding's also doing a job. Adding another plus 50 to our 50% bonus damage to us is kind of appreciated, but we also need to, like, start doing better than that. And we didn't need the set. I guess we could have carried it and just replaced it when we found something to do so. I think that's going to have to be good. Why are there so many pens? Yeah, it's inflicting half the burn. How do we deal with this then? Still need to inflict quite a bit of damage on these other guys. 1, 2. Sleep 1. Yeah, that should do it. Okay. We are fine. And Brigade is up to who knows. Alright. These are absolutely terrible. I guess Efficient Bonk is better than nothing. Restorative Wall is kind of nice. I would really like this button to do something though, so let's go ahead and take Mega Smash. And then I guess I could just throw 6 stacks of burn on it if I absolutely wanted to. Like, the movement isn't necessarily great. Like, this is really a terrible augment. Like, considering that this starts at 45, this is only increasing your output by like 12%. And then they're like, yeah, getting 5 movement is going to be worth the other, like, bit there. Maybe it's 5 movement per person hit? Then I could maybe see it, but I don't know. I don't think I ever want to take that. So I guess we'll take Scorching Smash. Like, helps versus bosses, I guess. I really don't like it taking an augment slot here, though. Vesicle Shrine seems good, as always. We're going to leave this, though, because there's really nothing that we're able to get rid of. We do want to vault, then, which means that we're going to hit this big Quilling Cache here. Unstable Brew is pretty good for us. Money Pot on the field. You seem to have a lot of burn on you. How likely am I to destroy you? Oh. I think instead we're going to go with something like this. Get that, then this. So I guess we just have to... There we go. Everyone should get 10 stacks of burn. Okay, so we do know that that's doing half. That's our F8 of the day. And then I also just want to make sure, is that on the tooltip for the actual debuff? We'll save that for next turn. I would love it if you guys would bunch up a bit. Well, there's some bunching. Okay, so who's auto-attacking us? You are, and you are. Those are the ones that we would prefer to perish. Also, probably these pots if possible. The pots are kind of going to be an issue. Power Orb, leap again. Power Orb. Hit you with this. It does say inflict half their stacks. Okay. And then I'll be honest. Let's just frickin' go ham on this guy. It's 20 stacks of burn to everybody. Not exactly exciting, but it's something. It ain't much, but it's honest work. Okay, so I can hit you. I need this right here. I can hit you, move out, and heat says that it's attack binding, so it shouldn't be affecting everything here. So I'm just looking at you. You're dying. You're going down to 342. Yeah, okay. Just checking that in case it was a tooltip error. There's just so many frickin' ghost quills. I don't know how we're gonna destroy all these people. This isn't even really gonna help us. I mean, if I'm blocking, I'm blocking. I got some spikes. Might as well use them. Is this you, though? It is you. Oof. Like, I'm sorry. This is a hard fight. What, 4 treasure pots and all that stuff? I'm gonna come up here, hit you with this. Dispatch you. Everyone has tons of burn. How are we going to solve all this incoming damage? We need to reduce your health. Yeah, sure. I'll be right on that. That actually helps significantly. Okay. The best crit in the history of crits right there. Another extra turn. Otherwise, like... Again, I think that was kind of ridiculous. Gaining resistant is kind of nice. We don't have access to DR at the moment. As opposed to force field. And, like, we're using it at the end of our turn anyways, but we kind of also want the spiked in there. It's not dealing a lot right now, but force field would pretty much just make us invulnerable, but the +2 cooldown would really have to solve for that. Okay. Tell you what, Flameo doesn't seem bad. We aren't really going to get Thaumaturge, but 1 stack of burn to all enemies means that enemies always have like that bonus damage associated with them. Could also easily just take Beat of Flame and inflict 7 burns on the nearest enemy, which isn't really going to do that much. During whose Radiant Market again? It's called the Captor. During the Captor, it could actually be something if we can somehow find a way to kill all the enemies and then make sure that Captor's the nearest enemy, get some free flames on them. That'd be kind of nice, but it's a little bit janky for that purpose, and versus Argoloth, you're just generally going to hit a, what am I trying to say? You're going to hit a tentacle. So Flameo just applying burn to everything. Maybe we get to Molten 6 somehow, and it's, you know, instead of removing 1 stack of burn, add 3 stacks. Then that starts to look pretty good. I also don't know if we're just liquidating it or not, because if I remember correctly, yeah. So that means that maybe the Orb Lord was better. Well, Now we're at Molten 5, so when and if we get our Infernal Cascade, it's going to be juicy. Problem is that we got to get to the point to where we have an Infernal Cascade. Oh, we don't want to do this yet. Give me a Heroic Vault, please. I would really like that, that rare augment, but we need to make sure that we get something worth grinding here. I am sick of these cannons with, that nasty, DR on them. Okay. Let's get some of this. Hit you with this. This should still spread. How much would this spread? 16, 25. Everybody should get like 12. Thank you for working as expected, I should say. That's pretty good. Alright, you want to see something silly? Okay. We're going to take another turn here. Trying to think right now about everything that we could possibly do. Even using this unstable brew, like it's not really... You have burn on you, and that's why this kills. But then how do we deal with you? We kind of don't. Then, of course, I moved into this range when I easily could have moved out. So we're going to take some damage, too. Okay, bits. Lost quite a bit of points there for no reason. Here's our Beta Flame for Molten 7. We could grind Burden of Wisdom, actually, to get another will and some magic damage. Seems pretty good, honestly. What's in here? Vigorous, Amulet. Amulet of Floral. Decent. We normally use this in order to use Comet, though, so it's not really that spectacular. Frostfire Ember really doesn't do anything for us. Yeah, I guess it could be Shadow. Start going into a Vigorous set. Might be able to get something out of that. Could also re-roll this. Okay. Primeval Clay. What? Liquidate this, keep the Beta Flame. Keep it for Ancient Wisdom 7. Defense Matrix gives us another shielding. Pretty good. We could honestly liquidate this. That gives us 3 shielding, 2 Star Walker, which reduces the cooldown of Fortify. And then we don't get Ancient Wisdom. So if that's the case, is it Beta Flame for Molten 6? Most likely. Okay. We also have Thaumaturge, so if we find a way to add any other sort of status effect, which I don't think we're going to get out of legendaries, we get more DR, more damage, and that's kind of nice. Another Vestigal Shrine seems about right here. Now let's take a look at these legendaries. We can afford 2 of these. There's Baylor's Tongue, but we didn't really go into that at all. Predator's Quintessence. 10 Omni damage. Gives us Striker 3. Close to Star Walker. Am I actually able to re-roll this? It'd be close. I think it's best if we did not re-roll here. So I'll take Predator's Quintessence. Not sure that that's a good move. But it hits a lot of good sets for us. And then I guess, what does Orb Lord do? Gives us more movement? Eh. Orb Lord 3 isn't bad, though. Otherwise, melting this doesn't really give us anything. If we were to melt anything for anything, it would be Striker here. Then that would free up some space. Okay, I guess this Vestigal Shrine didn't really help us that much. We could be very crazy and grind our Primacentium. I think we're going to need that. Wouldn't even really give us anything. Yeah, we're just kind of in an awkward situation here. I think we're walking away from this. I could very well grind this. We got a lot to gain from it. We would get Starwalker 3, which would reduce his cooldown by another 1. It would be a 2-turn cooldown Fortify, meaning that we can use it every single turn. That's quite significant. And then it would also max out our Striker, which is whatever. It's just a little bit more damage. But also just trying to complete quests. Oh. I'm going to use this as turn, if you don't mind. And then, of course, we got Prey here. So we can't actually get 3 stacks of Predator's Quintessence here. I really love these legendaries, by the way. I mean, that looks pretty good. We'll take that. Now I'm not really too concerned here. Dealing this much damage is actually a little bit difficult for us. But we do have access to Fortify. We should be fine. Let's go ahead and use that right now so that it gets the cooldown from this power orb. Let's go ahead and add some leap there and then just try and bonk our way through this. Might be possible that using Comet again is what we need to do, but you're already going to phase actually. Yeah, we're not going to use that power orb. We're going to need it for next turn. So that's a turn 2, but that was utilizing a smash on top of a unstable brew. We are not looking good right now. We've also been shackled. So I would like, if there's a magic pixel where I can get all 3 of you guys, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Looks like that's not going to happen, though. Stop trying to make it happen. It's never going to happen. Alright, so we're going to do this. The power orb. Do this again. That still doesn't kill. That's kind of the important part of the whole equation. But that's a bit too much. Put a bunch of burn on everything. And we're going to just go ahead and smash this pot. Because it's not really going to do much for us over there. And then so long as I don't get hit by this rhino, I'm actually fine. We're fine. That's free. Yeah, we're going to run into an issue here. I mean, maybe not. You're taking a lot of spike damage, apparently. Or burn damage. So, we're probably actually okay. Hit this. That'll seal the deal. Yep, you're done. And then make sure that we block, which is, again, unnecessary. And that gave us, woo, a whopping 10 Omni power. Thanks, Predator's Quintessence. That's detonate. Hits burn. Really don't like that. Especially versus Argoloth. It's kind of useless in my opinion, but it's still better than Tantrum, unfortunately. Like, Tantrum doesn't even do that much more damage. Like, what's the point of this? So I think we're going to take Detonate. Let's go ahead and take a look at this first. Whopping Bonk ain't bad. Whenever you lose HP, hopefully never going to happen because we don't have bonus HP. Critical Smash might make it a little bit better too. Sorry. Critical Smash. Detonate. Ruhu. Like, really not feeling good about our setup right now. Alright. Let's see what we can't get out of these elite vaults here. How does this even work? It doesn't? And like, is that it actually? Is it wildfire? Or no, we got the +6 charges. No, that still doesn't seem right. It almost has to be, actually. Looking at this enemy over here. Yeah, never mind. My apologies, because you gained burn 13. They lost burn 4, gained a burn. Why did you gain a burn, though? Like, that's... the frick? Okay, so that's what, show how. Okay. I think this is legitimately just hit you guys. We're gonna take 4 damage, apparently. Disastrous. We are doing this in all the wrong ways right now. We're about to take a heck of a ton of damage. That helps. Yeah, we rightfully screwed this one up. That almost kills at least. Jesus Christ, what's nearby? I mean, that certainly changes a lot. Okay, we're at least going to get our little quest achievo. Because this should do you in. Alright. We have a... We have a leaky pen. Blessed Brickstones could bring us close to Ancient Wisdom. I think Leaky Pen is technically better. On hitting an enemy with Burn, inflict 1 stack of Frostbite. Like, I'll be perfectly honest, at least that enables Thaumaturge. Actually, it doesn't, because that doesn't count in there. Wow. Alright. What do we got over here? Like Scalding Half Charm, maybe? Like, I don't know. Like, none of these are really wowing me here. I would kind of like to see... Like, Verdant Blossom heals us. We're kind of going to end up needing that. Otherwise, we're going to lose points on HP. Leaky Pen is just tempting. Reduces all of our cooldowns a lot. Means that we get to activate Comet more often. Critical Leap? Heh. Whack-a-Bonk is interesting. It does literally nothing for us here, though. I think this is Impenetrable Wall. And we're just looking for stuff that we're willing to grind here. Leaky Pen isn't bad. We can currently afford to buy a legendary. I think carrying Verdant Blossom is actually too important for us. We can get rid of Predator's Quintessence. Let's just go ahead and do that. It's the thing that helps us the least. Probably Shattered Crown 2. I just think that we need Verdant Blossom in order to make points here. And here, honestly, yeah, just give me a Leaky Pen. It's probably not the preferred way to do it. We also could have taken the, whatever the other one was, that on hitting an enemy... No, it wasn't on hitting an enemy. It was that your Frostbite damage is increased by burn damage, and then we could add some Frostbite to people. It's something, but I don't think that we hit enemies like that often, that would be better for us. Honestly, I think that we're just going to take this Leaky Pen. We technically have an extra will anyways. No, we don't. I don't know why I keep saying that. We don't have Ancient Wisdom. Contrition of Elira's interesting. Another Primus Centium. Double your shield gain, I think, honestly, just makes us unkillable. I don't know how we're going to kill in time, though. And that's still kind of a moot point, because we're not going to have... we're still not going to have enough health here. We're going to miss health by, like, a little bit. We don't have the heal on here. Nope. Alright. Well, that's unfortunate. We almost brought it back from the brink. How does this seriously not hit Arg? You're so far back. Well, I don't think that we can actually leap here. Yeah. Okay, that's a little awkward. I'm gonna try and build some burn stacks here and then pop them. I mean, I guess that works. Just do so much damage. And we're going to take another 5 here. There's not really much that we can do about that. That's unfortunate, though. Probably went a little too hard on the burn. We didn't really, like, lose a lot of tentacle health, though, so it's kind of hard for me to feel that way. That. Oh, we can just stand here then. Then we will. I keep forgetting that we have double shielding. Now the question is can we phase Argoloth? This guy right here has a lot of burn. I just gotta be careful, especially when we're dealing this much damage right now. That's not quite gonna do it. Oh no. Yeah, we're gonna miss this Argoloth by a turn. We took even more damage. Fortunately, that doesn't drop us into another bracket. Should be able to finish him here, though. Do a little bit more burn. Go ahead, detonate. Done. Alright. That was an extra turn, technically 0 health lost. Doesn't matter because bosses don't pay that out. 44, 670, that's decent. There was the one... We screwed up one of them. And it ended up swinging a lot of points away from us. I would say that we easily could have gotten somewhere around a 45,000 here, which is decent. And maybe, like, there was a lot of parts where we were pathing towards, like, vesicle shrines, and we didn't really have anything good to grind. It's just that normally vesicle shrines are, like, always the correct option. We just had, like, junk in our inventory. So I think that probably could have been improved. Another 500 points would have just been being healthy, which there's probably some decisions that we could have made, but until like the very end, we weren't really even taking damage, so wasn't really too concerned about that. Or we were taking damage, but we had access to health healing wells, right? Um, Otherwise, like, considering that we had millstones in play, if we had a couple more like opportunities there, obviously we would have done better. But that's why it's a daily challenge, right? It's supposed to be a little bit more difficult than air quotes normal play. Anyways, hopefully the run was entertaining or at least educational. Probably a ton of people up here with high scores. Heck yeah. Then again, we're doing this like very late. Again, this is the morning after the daily, and 46,000 goes down to like page 3. And again, if we would have had health, saved a little bit more, we still would have been like page 6. Yeah, lots of people out here bopping stuff. Doesn't seem like anybody got fight 1 though. Again, I don't know how we would have possibly done that. That was a lot of HP in that fight. Um, Anyways, if you have any feedback whatsoever, be it questions, comments, concerns, misplay alerts, be sure to put that down in the comments below. And until next time, we will catch you guys around.